Hi everyone, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make kombucha. First thing you may wonder is why would you want to make it yourself? Well, just think about it. I have here 1 pint of kombucha and this thing on average costs $3.50. That's insane. 1 pint for $3.50, that means that a gallon of kombucha costs $28. You can actually make 1 gallon of kombucha yourself for less than 50 cents. So this is enough reason for wanting to make it yourself. Now the first thing you will need is a jar or several. And here I want to make you aware that some people buy 1 gallon jars or half gallon jars on eBay and they pay $15 for each. That's insane. You can get this 1 gallon jar at Walmart for $5 and it comes full of pickles. So what will you spend $15 for an empty jar? That doesn't make any sense. In order to make 1 gallon of kombucha, you need 8 tea bags, black or green tea, 1 cup of sugar, 10 cups of water, 2 cups of starter, which is a one-time purchase, and a SCOBY. And here you have the option of purchasing it online, but I think this is a ripoff. You can actually make it yourself. Now, what is the starter? Well, the starter is just raw kombucha. So you purchase this only one time, and then you can use it in order not only to make 1 gallon, but you can make as many gallons as you want, provided that each time you make a gallon, you save 2 cups in order to start a new batch. Okay, so in the end, this will end up being very cheap. You will have only to purchase the tea bags and the sugar. In order to make a SCOBY yourself, you need 1 pint of starter or 2 cups, 1 cup of sugar, and 4 tea bags. So the starter is just raw kombucha, and here you have to make sure that it is unpasteurized, otherwise it won't work. So simply fill up a dish with 1 quart of boiling water, and dissolve the sugar in it. Put the tea bags in it and let it stand until it cools off to room temperature. Alright, so the tea is now at room temperature. So let us squeeze these bags. And I'm gonna pour it into a half gallon jar. And it is important for it to be at room temperature because we are going to put our starter in it, and if this wasn't at room temperature, it would kill the bacteria that are in the starter. So we need to keep them alive. So just empty the 2 cups of raw kombucha into the jar. Put a close on it. And Now all we have to do is to put this in a dark room at a temperature around 75 degrees Fahrenheit and wait. And a SCOBY is going to form. So you will see that the SCOBY looks really gross, but that's what it is. Okay, now how long are we going to wait? That depends. If you are lucky, it will form within 2 weeks, but you may need to wait longer. So we will see how long it takes. This thing has been fermenting for 1 week, so let's see how the SCOBY looks like. So, as I warned you, this thing looks really gross. But that's what it is. That's our SCOBY. Alright? Only 1 week. So that's enough for us to start a batch of kombucha. So now that we have our SCOBY and starter saved from the batch that we use in order to grow that SCOBY, we can actually start making kombucha. So first, let's see again the recipe. We need 8 tea bags of black tea. Here they are. We need 1 cup of sugar and 10 cups of water plus the 2 cups of starter. We have the SCOBY, we have everything. Okay. First, let me get the sugar. So 1 cup of sugar. And I'm gonna fill this up to 1 quart, so 4 cups of water. Let us make sure that the sugar is well dissolved. So 4 cups of water, we will need to add 6 cups in order to get our 10 cups of water. Okay, so 4 cups of water, I add my 8 tea bags. And as before, we need to wait for this to cool off and reach room temperature. The tea is now at room temperature, so let me remove the tea bags. Make sure your hands are clean when you do that, of course. And I'm gonna pour this into my 1 gallon jar. So we have 4 cups right now in the jar, and we need to complete it to 10 cups. So I'm going to add 6 cups of water. So 4 cups more. And 2 additional cups. That makes a total of 10 cups. And now we can add the starter that we saved. And finally add the SCOBY that we grew. I am also adding the SCOBY that I had before from my previous batch, but you're not supposed to have a previous SCOBY except the one that you just drew, so let us just do as if it was just one SCOBY. It doesn't matter how much SCOBY you put in it. Okay. Alright, so now all we have to do is to cover the jar with a cloth. And put this in a dark room at a temperature of about 75 degrees Fahrenheit for a week. And then we'll see what we get. So the tea has been fermenting for a week, and it's time for us to put it in bottle. And before pouring the mixture into the bottles, we may add some fruit in order to give it some flavors. You're not forced to do that. You could just make plain kombucha, but I like to add some flavors. Usually I like to do strawberries, but I also love doing ginger. So this is the amount of ginger that I use for 8 bottles. So let's put it into the blender. All right. And well, all we have to do is to put equal amount of this thing into each of the bottles. Now this funnel is not the ideal thing because the cross section here is very small, so it's a little bit hard to put the ginger into the bottles, so I use this thing in order to push it. Put this here so that we can see. And there's nothing magic happening here, just so this is the amount that I have in each of the bottles. Of course, you can adjust to your taste. Now, all right, let's open this. And, well, we have this gross looking SCOBY, so don't be afraid. So this thing grew bigger, and let me and now what we're going to do is to filter the mixture, because, well, we don't want those, I don't know if we can see here on the camera, yeah, you see what is floating and those filaments, we don't want them. I mean, they're not bad, but it's not very good looking, so we don't want this in our drink. So I like to filter them out. All right. All right, so now, well, you don't need to really clean that thing because you're going to refill it with the same mixture, but at least you may want to rinse it off so that you get rid of the gross looking filaments and I don't know what else is in it. Okay, so just rinse it off. Now, something that is important is that you want to keep 2 cups of the kombucha, as it will serve as a starter for the new batch. Okay, so 2 cups because once again it's a 1 gallon jar. All right, and I'm left with 2 cups, so I'm going to put it back into the jar. Okay, and here I have 4 cups of water in which I put 8 bags of tea and 1 cup of sugar. Okay, so I'm going to remove the bags. Make sure your hands are clean when you do that. Okay, so 4 cups that I add into that 1 gallon jar. So now it contains 6 cups and I need to add 6 cups of water, room temperature water, in order to have our 1 gallon mixture. So 4 cups more, and I need to add 2 cups. Okay, 2 more cups, so now we have a total of 12 cups. Okay, I know that 12 cups is not a gallon is 16 cups, but we don't want to fill this up at the top because of course we want some room for the Scoby. So 12 cups into a 1 gallon jar is, I think that's the perfect amount. Okay, and simply put the Scoby back in. Now the Scoby is bigger than before. I don't know if we can see here on the camera. It's very thick. You can put it back as it is, or you can skim out a layer if you want to start a new jar in order to have more jars. Or you can give the SCOBY to a friend who would like to start making kombucha, or just put it in the trash. Okay, well, here I'm simply going to put it back entirely into the jar. All right. Put the clove back onto it, and well, we have here a new batch that is ready to go for fermentation. Alright, so the jars are ready to go back into the dark for a week, and the bottles are going to stay in the dark for only 3 days, and then after that I will put them into the fridge and they will be ready to drink. Alright, the bottles with ginger have been fermenting for 3 days, so now I'm going to put them in the fridge in order to stop the fermentation process, and then they will be ready to be consumed. Alright, it's time to taste the result of this thing. Now, of course, there are some pieces of ginger. I should filter it, but I'm simply going to decant it. That will be enough. Anyway, it's okay if there are pieces of ginger that goes into my glass. I like ginger, so I can eat it. But let me simply decant it. By the way, you heard that noise when I opened the bottle. It has some pressure in it, so it is sparkling. Yeah, very good. So this is how we make kombucha, and now you know how to do it. You can have as much as you want. You can drink at will, and it's very cheap. Just the price of black tea, basically, and a little bit of ginger or whatever fruit you like. Thanks for watching. Please register to my channel, and I would appreciate if you can share my tutorial on your social network.